Hi, I'm Tavia Clark. I'm a student here at Trident University International, and I'm coming to you live today on my YouTube channel just to discuss one of the assignments in the capstone for ITM 590. This is a cumulative paper and presentation regarding one of my organizations of choice that I use throughout the whole course, and the theme to use as the basis for this paper in this course. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about my organization of choice, just how it relates to IT, the IT operational environment, and the social and general systems that are incorporated throughout. It's just going to be a synopsis and go down the timeline of just discussing in-depth information regarding my organization of choice. So within the military, we have an organization called the Network Enterprise Center. It's an organization that is geared toward supporting IT functions, network configuration, user count, providing help desk operations, service, and support for military personnel on installations throughout the military. It is structured in a way to where it has a higher headquarter and lower entities. So the higher echelon, an arching umbrella, is NetCom. It's a bigger Army system that is utilized for providing services throughout the Army for personnel geared toward IT. Now within NetCom, you go down a level to 7th Signal Brigade. This is a theater echelon, and it covers multiple regions. So there's a variety of theaters across the globe that provides these same services. Now once you go from the 7th Sig Brigade, then it goes down to your local net. And these are strategically placed throughout all the Army installations. So whether it's Fort Gordon in Georgia, Fort Bliss in Texas, Fort Benning, Fort Bragg in North Carolina, there's always a local servicing agent, which is the NEC, that provides the services. Now the NEC at these installations are providing services only for that installation. They don't have any say-so on operations that are going on at a different location. And what happens is Big Army NetCom pushes down information that flows down to the region and theater that operates the local net. And the next job is to comply with the information that is pushed down. Now, even within my unit, we work hand in hand with the NEC, and how that operates is the NEC at that local installation gives us permissions to access the internet, add computers to the domain, and just perform minuscule operations here at our local unit. We work hand in hand to provide operations and services and service support to the end user. Now the end user, other military personnel, soldiers located there at the installation. Now, just given the basis of the NEC and what it does, we'll go into how that all ties into the operating environment, which presents challenges at times. So some of the challenges that are faced within the NEC and the operational flow is just where it's placed in the hierarchy. Now, there's one of the biggest concerns that deal with permissions. So with the NetCom pushing down updates and permissions down to the net, obviously the net does not control everything. A lot of its policies, updates, patches that occurs comes down from higher. So when there's conflict of interest or conflicts with system capabilities and specifications, is not oftentimes able to be remedied right there on the spot. We can take it up higher to our local net, but still there is higher that they have to report to. So this is a challenge when you're in the military and you're in an operation and in the midst of a mission going on, right? Because we have commanders, we have chain of command that we work for. When systems and Army programs aren't functioning properly and effectively how they are designed to work due to system capabilities or system specifications that are causing conflicts to occur that allow the programs not to work effectively. And that's where we have problems. Not necessarily that they cannot be remedied, but the timeliness of when we can action a solution for that is greatly dependent on our local net and the abilities that it has to fix the issue. Now, if it's something that comes from higher based off our region, then that is something that has to be taken up another level, which increases response time. Now, at the lower level, we have missions going on. That's not always ideal. So that's one of the biggest challenges within our operational environment that tends to affect operations. So as well, we see the social, technical, and economical challenges that's faced with the internet and the ability to provide support to the end user in a timely manner. Now, dealing with social technical theory, we have how you have the human side combined with the technical side and how they're interoperable. So with the human side and the technical side, you put those together to create a complex situation. Also in general systems theory, you have the structure of these organizations that are taken into consideration based off the systems, social, technical, and the general systems. They provide a baseline and guidelines for how the net operates and how the flow of information is pushed through. So in the next operation, the inclusion of the social and technical side is oftentimes seen just into days-to-day operations. We operate in a garrison environment, and we also operate in a field environment. Now, with us being the lower echelon and the end user, is oftentimes we are in the midst of the mission, or we're the worker bees making things happen on the battlefield. So we're the ones that actually have the hands on the systems and are actually using them to function. Now, when Big Army and Netcom creates plans that they want to action and push down, oftentimes there's no bottom-up refinement. So our opinions of what we're utilizing in ways that can better benefit and help us to perform the mission is not heard. So you have a plan that is pushed down from higher that may, in the grand scheme of things, work for the Army, but for the end user, it may not work. And that's another challenge that we face when dealing with the social economical issues. So with the social technical theory, you want to create a plan that is realistic and effective for the end user, as well as meeting the organizational needs of the Army as a whole concerning the network. Now, also with a socio-technical general system, using it as a guideline in how it plays a part and plays a role in everyday function, we continue to see pretty much we pretty much can see challenges that are faced each day, even in that aspect. And that just can go to mundane things, performance of day-to-day tasks, troubleshooting, permissions being granted, patches and updates to the system, to the network. Oftentimes we find conflicts, like mentioned before, with compatibility. And that is something that we have to work through each and every day in order to meet the organizational goals and ensure that the end user is able to function effectively and properly. There's a lot that the net does and focuses on. The relationships that is seen is very, very in depth. It's not sometimes that can be seen, but being in this field and being in this environment and dealing with it day to day, we're able to see what occurs and what goes on. And that's how we're able to see some of the principles and practices that can be implemented to better facilitate operation. And this is just even taking lead on projects and implementing projects or better upgrading the previous systems. Now, a lot of this is done by establishing plans, systems, and timelines to action these projects, causing updates to occur that will lead to a successful project. In general, the net embeds and utilizes a lot of these systems in order to implement projects and using step-by-step guidance on how to implement these projects so that you can have project success and not project failure. With the NEC, a lot of these projects done at the local level, but then also a lot of it is done in Big Army as a whole. So a lot of the projects that are getting implemented is done on all levels, and you can see all the steps throughout all levels. One of the biggest reasoning for how the Army does things and utilizes these systems is just based on the security, national security. A lot of it is the hardening of systems to prevent cyber threat, intrusion, unwanted access to the network. So the structure that the net utilizes is what's ideal for the Army. It may not be ideal for businesses outside of the Army, whereas the policies and the standards and procedures are similar because we all in organizations use the general systems theory. We all use social technical theories that play a big role in the operations of day-to-day business. So with that, you just see a synopsis of the NEC. It roles the implementation of general system, social technical systems, how it operates, some of the challenges that are faced. Now with this, I'll help you take this information and the services that the NEC provide and the systems that are implemented and how they're implemented and use it to move forward. Whatever organization that you're in, whatever career that you find yourself in, take this advice, use it and action it. The key to success is having a plan, having a system that you use as a guideline, as a basis for all your operations to move forward. If you do that, you'll be successful. Thank you.